The kid I got last night is 12. He's been in foster care 6 years. I am his 21st placement. Been in 21 different homes. He won't even unpack. His stuff is in a suitcase under his bed. And I was like, dude, hang your clothes up. And he's like, no, because he's so used to moving every few months, right? And this is what I'm passionate about. I know this is a business podcast, but I'm telling you, these are the future business, entrepreneurs of Colorado Springs.
Welcome back to the COS Business Podcast, the #1 podcast in Colorado Springs. Who's our highlighted sponsor for today?
Ooh, Michael Schoening's Legal Shield, and you'll find out very quickly why.
Oh, yes. So today we have an amazing guest, someone who's been on multiple times. In fact, the 3rd episode was filmed in his house. We have Michael Schoening with Michael Schoening Legal Shield. How's it been, man?
It's as good as my perspective.
Okay, so that's true.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah. That's a good perspective to have, I think.
Yeah, I think so. That's what they tell me.
So business, what's been going on with you in business? Last episode, I think things have changed since the last time.
Yeah,
three years ago too, right? By the way.
So of the first video episode, the 3rd technically was in the living room. So at that time we had the cleaning company. I was in kitchen design. I think the 2nd episode we did together, I was still in kitchen design, and kitchen design and sales remodeling. And the next one was I was doing the unconditional conference and the unconditional coaching. Well, a lot of things happened in the last couple of years. Pretty much everything in my life totally changed. So I'm not currently leading a synagogue. It's rabbi. So much changed. And I've been really rebuilding in the last year and a half. And it's been absolutely beautiful. Some people are like, I'm at rock bottom. And I'm like, what a cool place, because you can do anything you want. It's beautiful. So I'm completely rebuilding. I'm obviously an associate of Legal Shield, which is a great thing. I'm doing the therapeutic foster care, which I've done for the majority of 14 years. I want to share about that today. Yeah. I've been writing and publishing a mess of books. Turns out you can redirect your autism and ADHD into something cool. Not just SpaceX and Tesla cars, but also books. Yeah. So not as profitable probably, but that hosting speed dating now. We have Lazy Dating. We're on Facebook, Lazy Dating Colorado Springs, and we're just trying this out. People are done with the swiping and the online dating and all the schmutz. So people want to meet each other, and we're doing
all the schmutz, by the way?
All the schmutz.
Okay.
It's Yiddish. Huge passion in urban farming and helping teach people how to garden, grow their own food, be self-sufficient, emergency preparedness. And I have a surprise for you guys a little bit later, but It has to do with farming your own chickens.
Which might sound like a callback to an old episode that we did a while.
What was that?
We were giving away chickens on the episode.
Oh, man. We did give away chickens on an episode. I remember that.
Yeah, it was when we were doing live episodes.
They were your chickens.
I am bringing back. Yes, they were mine. I didn't take them from some store. Yeah. I am bringing back, by the way, Unconditional is being rebranded. Okay. And I'm going to get back into conferences, the Unconditional podcast, life coaching. I'm going to go very strong into the life coaching. I've been speaking. I just won my 2nd award, the Ultimate Speaker Competition in Vegas. I got second place actually at this speaking competition. So public speaking means a lot to me. Authoring means a lot. Really just anything that is expressing yourself to the community. Of course, they say the richest place in the world is the graveyard. Love that was never expressed, books that were never written, songs that were never sung. So I decided to not take my skills and talents to the grave, and I hope that I can encourage other people to do the same.
We'd like to take a quick break and thank our sponsors.
Proud American Electrical and Solar.
Give Proud American Electrical and Solar a call today for all your electrical and solar needs. They are locally owned and operated business right here in Colorado Springs. If you're looking for information on solar, this is the company you will want to call. Check out their website at proudamericansolar.com. Use promo code COS Business for a 5% discount today.
Awesome Home Services.
Awesome Home Services delivers top-notch HVAC solutions for your home. Whether you need heating, cooling, or system maintenance, they ensure your comfort year-round. Visit awesomeservice.com for your HVAC needs. That's awesomeservice.com.
Mike Schoening Legal Shield.
So you're out here living your best life and suddenly legal drama slides in your DMs. Major L, right?
Bruh, hard pass. That's why you need Legal Shield. They're like the GOAT of legal protection.
Business contracts covered. Traffic tickets, no sweat. 3 a.m. legal emergency, they're up like, say less.
Hit up the link and get Legal Shield now.
Protect your energy, secure the bag, and stay drama-free, period.
Visit mschoening.legalshieldassociate.com.
Planet Duct.
Planet Duct is the #1 choice for professional air duct cleaning in Colorado Springs and Southern Colorado. With state-of-the-art equipment and top-tier service, they make sure the air in your home or business is clean and allergen-free. Breathe easier with Planet Duct. Learn more at planetduct.com.
Franchise Succeed. Looking to invest in a franchise or grow your current one? The experts at Franchise Succeed help you navigate the world of franchising with proven strategies and guidance. Whether you're a first-time owner or scaling a franchise empire, they're here to help. Visit franchisesucceed.com to get started. That's franchisesucceed.com. Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care.
Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care offers affordable, accessible healthcare with a focus on you. They provide exceptional primary care without the hassle of insurance barriers. Experience a patient-centered approach. Learn more at pinnacleapc.com.
Celebrity DJ. Make your next event unforgettable with Celebrity DJ. From weddings to corporate events, they deliver energy and entertainment that keeps the party going. Visit celebrity-dj.com to book your DJ today. Storybook Destinations.
Turn your dream vacation into a reality with Storybook Destinations. They specialize in creating custom travel experiences from Disney vacations to bucket list adventures. Start planning today at StorybookDestinations.com. That's StorybookDestinations.com.
And now let's get back to the show. Most definitely. Well, let's talk a little bit about the fostering, because that's a mission very important to you, right? Let's dive a little bit more into that. Why is it so important to you?
Oh man, fostering is such you have to edit my weirdness out, because it's hard to it's hard to express when you're so passionate about something. It's hard to express. There are a lot of people that'll read the Bible and read different writings and think, oh, we need to take care of, the widows and the orphans and the poor and the foreigners in our community and lift up the community. And I think that's what Colorado Springs really has a heart to do. Colorado Springs is a lot of big-hearted people, especially in the entrepreneurial community. But sometimes we need to actually act more upon it. We have some people that are donating to different causes like Care and Share, and there's some beautiful things going on. We have an awesome rescue mission downtown. We have a lot of wonderful programs, but it's different when you bring it home with you. So I was a behavioral skills trainer for foster kids, specializing in high functioning autism. I wasn't diagnosed at that time. My parents were, my brother was, but I was like, not me. And they kept giving me high functioning autistic kids. And I'm like, why do you keep giving me these kids? And my agency was like, what are you missing here? Right. Later, I was like, oh, duh. And I've got a book on that. But essentially, after working with about a dozen kids, they said, this was in Oregon with an agency I was with there. They said, we really need you to start taking the kids home. I'm like, whoa, hold on. My house is my house. My stuff is my stuff. We get really selfish when it comes to our things, right? Mm-hmm. We have emotional attachments to the thing on the wall, to the chair we got from grandma and whatever. And so we don't want some random kids that have gone through a really tough childhood and adverse experiences to come into our house and mess it up. I have now housed 32 children in the last 14 years, 3 agencies. I have nearly 400 certifications through courses, and working on my 4th license right now, which is working with adults with disabilities. And when you can help a kid and you see those success stories, it's really beautiful. A lot of people do foster care because they're altruistic. They think, well, I'm going to change the world, and maybe they can't have kids of their own, so they want to take in kids or work with adults. And what happens when that kid doesn't love them? Well, that hole in their heart is not filled. They begin to resent the kids. And that's where we have bad foster parents and bad caregivers, essentially. So what I have realized is a few different things. Is I have to do what I'm doing because so few people are willing to be foster parents today. So few people are like, what about my bio kids? Well, I'm an empty nester. I want to stay that way, whatever it is, right? And it is tough. I had kids a month ago bringing a loaded 9mm pistol into my home, as I'm trying to encourage people. And they were taking pictures, putting online, bringing the gun to school. And the house, as I'm giving a eulogy at my grandmother's funeral in Oregon, holding my phone, reading the eulogy, my phone's blown up with pictures of kids with a gun in my house. and I wasn't home to protect the family. There are some of the toughest things. They've killed my pets. They've broken things and stolen and beat me up. And I was stabbed by one kid once right after a surgery too. I couldn't even defend myself. Oh yeah. And so it's like, whatever happens, right? Kids deserve a second chance. Even the worst of all negative human behavior is an attempt to meet a basic human need. There's no such thing as a bad person. That's just bad behavior. And that changed my thinking. People like to throw out terms like this person's a narcissist, this person's toxic. I'm like, no, their behavior is narcissistic. Their behavior is toxic. You don't have to be around that behavior. But when you start to see a person for their needs not being met, you want to meet those needs. And it's not easy. I screw up all the time. Sometimes I lose my patience, I lose my cool, and I'm not always the best dad. But I got a new kid last night, and it's fun. It's really, really, really fun, and somebody has to do it. These kids are in these situations not because of their own doing. It's because of their parents. And it's hard because you want to hate on their parents, and then what happens when you drop them off with their parents on the weekend, right? It's just how it is. And why do their parents teach them these horrible behaviors and get these kids in survival mode? Well, it's because that's what they were learned by their parents. Mm-hmm. So we have a cyclical system that is perpetuated through generations. And what foster parents can do is stop that and change it and change their family tree, which changes the family, which changes the community, which changes Colorado Springs, which changes all mankind. Viktor Frankl said it best, a great Jewish psychologist. He said, basically, he
wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning, right?
Yes. and I like to summarize it as the ascension or the complete degradation of mankind is based off one thing. That's emotional intelligence. That's the number one thing we teach the kids. Why you act and why you behave the way you behave. What are the roots? And does it serve you in your community, or is it destructive? We're changing the entire plan. And I'm not going to downplay foster care. We're literally working to change society for the better. Because when kids age out of foster care at 18 or 21 in Colorado Springs, what jobs do you think they're getting? DHS doesn't allow them to get a driver's license till they age out. They don't have job skills. They don't have hardly anything. They don't have an identity. The kid I got last night is 12. He's been in foster care 6 years. I am his 21st placement. Been in 21 different homes. He won't even unpack. His stuff is in a suitcase under his bed. And I was like, dude, hang your clothes up. And he's like, no, because he's so used to moving every few months, right? And this is what I'm passionate about. I know this is a business podcast, but I'm telling you, these are the future business, entrepreneurs of Colorado Springs.
Oh, for sure. we had Stephanie Jacobs last year, who was in the foster system her entire life. And she's like a pretty famous model in Colorado. That's
awesome.
And my business partner fostered his son. He adopted him eventually. And he's an amazing kid. He got him at 5 or 6 years old, and he's amazing. But cool. Talk about you just said 21 families that your kid last night went through. What's the process with that? Is it always a tentative situation where this kid's in your placement of your home for 6 months and then they have to move on? Talk about the level of power you get as a foster parent.
We like to talk about how the system is broken, and it really is in some ways, but it's based off the kid's behavior. So a lot of times the kids will run, they'll get suspended from school. I had a kid, he lasted 3-4 months in my home recently, and he was suspended from school 3 times and expelled 1 time in that short time period. So most of the time, the kid's behavior gets so extreme that either the parent puts in a 30-day notice or the agency just says they got to go to a higher level of care. So I do therapeutic level care. We have foster care, we have therapeutic, and then we have treatment in Colorado.
Gotcha.
Treatment is a lot of medical needs, extreme behaviors, and basically they live in a mental facility. They live in a hospital. They live in a lockdown group home. It's pretty severe. And I can't imagine that would be a way of life for any kid. Therapeutic is where they step down and they come into a home like mine. And where it's a test. And if they do really, really well, they may step down into standard foster care, or they may be adopted. They may be replaced with kin or their biological family. 47% of kids in Colorado actually go back to their biological families. I think it's around the same. It's 30% are actually adopted in Colorado. It's a beautiful thing. But it starts off with neglect is the number one reason kids are in foster care. A lot of times it's parents are in drug use. A lot of times in Colorado, parents say, I don't know how to parent. I give up. And they sign over their rights to the state of Colorado. It actually happens a lot here. In Colorado, we have a lot of nice people adopting kids from overseas. Is
there repercussions for that? Repercussions for
you would want that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you would think so, but no.
Wow.
They turn around and they just have more kids, more foster kids. And foster kids are much more likely to have their kids put in foster care. So it's a whole broken system. Like I said, the emotional intelligence, emotionality is the way to fix it, the way to fix the system. The churches, the religious groups used to raise the kids. We used to have these orphanages, right? Run by, and then at some point they said, it's a lot. Here, government, you raise kids. The United States government was never meant to raise people. Just so you know, we have the government teaching people in schools. We have government behind a lot of hospitals and different things and social programs. The government was meant to kind of oversee and protect us as a nation, pretty patriotic. But at the same time, the government was never set up, never created to raise kids. So you can't, it was always broken. And kids come in because of neglect. And we always have this joke in foster care. It's like, these kids are abused and neglected. So we put them in the foster system. So they're just abused and neglected in the way the government is okay with.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you talk to someone and they said, I moved my kid 21 times in the last 6 months, you would be like, I don't know if you're a great parent, right? But when the government does it, we're like, oh yeah, that sucks. And so the key to longevity is that the foster parents don't burn out. Self-care is a big deal. For sure. I have a therapist. I got to go. I went yesterday and I talk about foster kids. It's basically what I do. And so
what is everything you told her in that session?
Everything I told my therapist
right now.
yesterday, right now. Let me start.
Oh, no.
Do you know what HIPAA is?
Yeah.
No, it was great. It was really good though. It was really, really good. But
I need to start trying to, I think therapy might be good. I haven't looked into it really.
You haven't looked into therapy?
No, I decided, I don't want to.
Bro,
You want to look into it or you don't want to look into it?
I don't want to, but I do want to.
If you're watching and you're a Colorado Springs therapist, please reach out to Andrew Hasley with the COS Business Podcast. You have a lot of business just waiting here. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. We all do, especially we have a few key things with foster care and being a successful foster parent. One is understanding that an unregulated or dysregulated adult cannot regulate a dysregulated child. And that goes with an unregulated emotionally manager can't regulate an unregulated employee or spouse or parent or anything, right? Or religious leader. So it's all about regulating yourself emotionally. When the fan turns brown, as I like to say, you got to keep your cool, or the kids, they have no trust in you. And kids, I will say, kids try to ruin the placement with you. They try so hard. They'll pull everything out of their back pockets and they're like, I'm going to run. I'm going to push you to the ground. I'm going to steal your things. I'm going to act horrible because they're testing. Like, well, I know you're going to get rid of me in 3 months anyways. Let me just speed up the process. And then when I just stand there, I'm like, that's cute. I've seen this one already. They're like, oh shoot. I've got one kid who's been with me almost 3 years. And his average placement was like 90 days to 6 months since he was 10 years old. Right. And he's almost 19 now. So I like when kids are with me for 3-4 years. And a lot of times they're shocked. Like, I can't believe you haven't kicked me out yet. I'm like, yeah, me too. But you're still here, you know? But personal emotional regulation, therapy, finding your own creativity, having a great support system, constant education, recognizing the person beyond the behavior. These are all integral for success and longevity and placement. And that's a success of foster care, is having the kid as long as you can.
How did you attain those skills that you're talking about? Because obviously it doesn't just come like that to anybody.
My therapist.
Is that one of the main pieces? I'm like, damn.
No,
how long have you been with your therapist for?
No, it's, I mean, I grew up, my mom did a daycare growing up. As long as I could walk, I was changing diapers, making PB&Js, right? After that, I was an aquatics instructor at the YMCA when I was a kid. So I was teaching kids how to swim. After that, I was a youth minister working with kids. I was 17 and I was teaching at a high school, teaching art classes at a high school. And I've just been working with kids my entire life. But here's the thing is we're all kids. On the inside, you got to let that out sometimes. Everyone wants you to be serious and staunch and very Greco-Roman of you, right? And it's like, nah, come on, man. And you got to be goofy and you got to be real with the kids. Sometimes these kids cuss you out and maybe you cuss a little bit back. I got one kid, he really wants to write a book. I'm like, I'll help you write a book. We're going to publish it. By the time you're 13, you're going to be a published author, dude. How do you feel about that? You got to offer something for them to grasp onto, some kind of hope. And everybody needs that. When I started unconditional life coaching, I was working with entrepreneurs and I realized entrepreneurs have undealt with childhood trauma, which we call early conditioning, just as much as the kids. The only difference was the kids were actually willing to work on it. I've worked with doctors, attorneys, models, religious leaders, all kinds of people, entrepreneurs all over Colorado Springs and beyond. And most all entrepreneurs that I've ever met have undealt with childhood adversity.
For sure.
And you see it like this. Someone goes, if I don't do it, it won't get done right. I can't trust anybody. I can't hire anybody that's going to do the job right. What they're really saying is, I have an inability to delegate tasks, which is one of the biggest things in all of business, right? Biggest skills. And what they're really saying is, I have a trust issue because a caregiver, when I was between 14 and 17 years old, broke my trust. I love them. They broke my trust. And that translates into business when they're 50 years old and they wonder why they're a mom, pa shop and they've been in business for 12 years and they're not some big corporation and they never get a vacation because they're not dealing with that issue as a kid. So the things I work with kids, I work with adults with. And that's why I speak about publicly. And it's beautiful. It's all the same thing. I just love humans. Humans are just really ridiculous, but I love it. And that's how my Aspie ADHD brain works is I see patterns everywhere. So how I got good with working with kids is I was working with kids.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I know I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I know we brought up Legal Shield a couple times. I actually have been a customer of Legal Shield for 5 years with my first.
Did you sign up under me?
You would know by 5 years by now, but it's it's under Recon, and then I have it under another business. Do we have it under us? I don't think we have Legal Shield under us.
I think so.
You should.
But all of my business, but the podcast, I think, is actually under Legal Shield.
I'll tell you, I've got buddies who I got a buddy who's a painter, and you wouldn't believe how many times he takes the 50% down, does the job, and they find just any tiny little reason, like I'm not going to pay the last 50%.
Yeah, which
well,
sucks.
The company is him. It's just him, and then he's got his wife and kids at home, a lot of kids. And he's like, I need that other $2,000, $3,000. He has Legal Shield for $50 a month. They send a letter. The attorney sends a letter to the homeowner, and they pay every single time. He's like, do you know how much money I've made back off $50 a month? Not only that, but they write his liability contracts. He was painting without contracts. I'm like, no, dude, don't do. So they're writing the contracts for him.
That's awesome.
And giving him advice. And so it's really powerful. A lot of people don't always have 10 grand in their back pocket for an attorney when something happens. And in the business community, for $50 a month, having an attorney in your back pocket, it's not good business practice not to. We pay for car insurance. We pay for life insurance. We pay for rental or homeowners insurance, right? Why not business insurance? It's crazy that you can own a business and not have insurance, but you can drive on the street and you have to have insurance. You know, businesses get sued. 96% of businesses close down within the first 5 years. A lot of them get sued. A lot of them don't know what they're doing. Get someone that knows what they're doing on your side and make it happen, right? So we offer that for only $50 a month.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's beautiful.
I've used it for so much stuff. I've been sued from my event company. I mean, one big time. That's notable.
I need to go to that.
Oh, so I haven't done it. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the same way that it's been done.
What?
But I might change it to vans and different stuff. There's a whole thing we could talk about with that.
This is a different episode. But
it's super fun to go to for sure.
I will tell you.
We're going to take a quick break to thank our sponsors. Home Day. Buying a home shouldn't be overwhelming. Home Day empowers you to save on your mortgage by putting you in control of the process. Lower your cost and take the next step towards home ownership with ease. Visit gethomeday.com today.
Fast Signs. From banners to vehicle wraps, Fast Signs delivers custom visual solutions to help your business stand out. Their team ensures your message is clear, bold, and effective. Get your signage needed handled at fastsigns.com. That's fastsigns.com. Lowry.com.
Lowry Veterans Law. That's perfect.
Lowry Veterans Law is a nationwide veterans disability firm based in Colorado. Their VA-accredited attorneys specialize in TDIU unemployability, PTSD, and secondary service connection claims.
They work on contingency, no upfront fees, so they only get paid when you do.
If the VA hasn't given you the rating you deserve, get a free case evaluation at LowryVeteransLaw.com or call 719-895-6979.
Epic Eyewear.
Stylish, affordable, and designed for adventure, Epic Eyewear has the sunglass and eyewear you need to see life more clearly. From the mountains to the beach, protect your eyes with high-quality frames and lenses. Check out their collection at epiceyewear.com. And by the way, Andrew, we do have a special discount, COSBP 15 for 15% off, I believe.
Cars Helping Charities. Turn your unused cars into a meaningful contribution with Cars Helping Charities. They make it easy to donate your vehicle to support local causes. One of the local charities that we like to support on behalf of Cars Helping Charities, actually, and part of their sponsorship is Mattersville. And check them out, too.
They're awesome. They are a tiny house community for veterans suffering with PTSD. They have a property out in Yoder, Colorado, and then they also have one in Sedalia, Colorado as well.
Donate today and make a difference. Visit carshelpingcharities.org. That's carshelpingcharities.org.
Dream Accounting Solutions.
Take the stress out of managing your books with Dream Accounting Solutions. They provide reliable expert accounting services tailored to small businesses. Simplify your finances at dreamaccountingsolutions.com. That's dreamaccountingsolutions.com.
Exponential Impact. Exponential Impact is driving innovation and entrepreneurial success in Colorado Springs. Supporting startups with mentorship, funding, and community resources, they help businesses grow and thrive. Learn more about their impact at exponentialimpact.com. That's exponentialimpact.com.
And now let's get back to the show.
Colorado Springs, like we're picking up on these events. Best of the West. I moved the microphone. Andrew's like, hey, I moved it like that. The Best of the West
It was
Wing
moved a while
Fest.
ago, so I just left
One
it.
of the Wing Fest.
The Best of the West Wing Fest.
I helped market that
Yeah.
one.
He's actually a part of the marketing.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
those
And they're
guys.
using my equipment from my festival. So
Are you
Oh, yeah.
serious? It's like, this is what we need.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need a Ford amphitheater. Sorry, is that one of your sponsors? We need
He's coming on the show, though.
Oh, great. I love it.
Yeah. in 2 months.
Yeah. Oh, in 2 months.
we got some time. Yeah.
But you're a sponsor
No one
of
will
the
watch
show.
No one will watch this episode anyways. No one wants to talk about foster kids. No, I'm kidding. But
People will watch it. We're actually experiencing some really good growth right now lately. So
really,
Yes, sir.
really,
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited.
But it's been super fun. Like, if I've ever do an event, you definitely should come because you're always the life of the party. We always see you at the
yeah.
Best of the West Wing Fest.
I love it. I appreciate all the free tickets you're going to give me for your next event.
Wow.
I'm really
What?
excited for that. I'll give you a. Are you single?
No.
No, you're not. No, of course you're not. Oh, happy birthday to your mom, by the way.
Oh.
And
Nice.
so free. Andrew, I'll give you free if you get a therapist. I'll give you a free admission.
What if I get a therapist girlfriend?
You can't. You can't do that.
Oh, damn it.
Do you know what HIPAA is? Like, you can't date your therapist. You need another therapist to talk about that. I actually have a friend that dated his therapist, married her, and she just divorced him and took everything.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Sounds like it was an inside job.
yeah, I was like, maybe don't. Oh, she was the marriage counselor of his last relationship.
No freaking
Yeah,
joke.
dude, the gossip in Colorado Springs is strong.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard stories about my divorce that I hadn't even heard of. I was like, I did what? She did what? I was like, we didn't even know because we still talk. We're still friends. It's great.
Oh, man. Big, small town.
But
Yeah.
it's a big, small town. Lazy Dating, February 20th, we're doing a masquerade ball at Lazy Susan's. It's a new bar
Oh, cool.
on Powers.
What date?
February 20th. And I will tell you, I'll give you free entry.
Is Coulter
If
part
you're
of the
a
ownership there? Have you met Coulter yet?
No, this is Stefan Black and Susan Gates.
Okay,
Where's
cool.
that?
They own Bloom downtown
Uh-huh.
Oh,
and the Sandwich Shack.
I think
and-
Coulter was a part owner of Bloom. I don't know if you heard Lilac, Coulter Lilac. We did business way back when.
Yeah.
I went to Bloom's one time and he was giving me free drinks from behind the bar saying you own the place. Hopefully you own the place. Coulter.
Coulter.
Lilac? Like,
Yeah.
and he has a place called Bloom?
Bloom's. Bloom. What's
Bloom?
it called?
Bloom
Ultra
downtown.
Lounge.
It's all flower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his name's
I have
Lilac.
I have
too,
no
so-
idea who that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe he is. I don't know. Stefan is the guy.
We'll put
that
up
I
a
know.
picture so you can see it.
It's a good buddy of mine. Go get Stefan on the show.
You
He's a
said
great guy.
Lazy Susan's though?
Lazy Susan.
That's the spot?
Mm-hmm. Lazy Susan's. It's brand new. In the back, past the bathrooms is a back wall. You open a book on the bookshelf. You type in a code, which I know. And the
We'll put it
wall
up right
opens
here.
up, and there's a speakeasy inside with leather couches and
Very
old record
cool.
player. And then you open a book and you push a button on any of the tables, and the mirror moves and they walk out to take your order.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
like, it's so, guys, this is,
Yeah, I like places like that.
I do. And it's
high class
it's
bars.
more small and kind of cozy. So we do the speed dating there.
That's where the
where it's
event's at?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a speed dating event. Okay.
And speed dating was invented by a rabbi in the 90s. So
Oh.
it's, you know,
It's a Jew thing
It's a
then,
Jew
huh?
thing. Yeah.
Nice. It's
Rimless hat.
Quick
Is it-
efficient
That's
dating. Yeah, sounds very
Quick
Jewish.
efficient dating. Yeah. It's like, I don't have time for this. It was like, I'll go. I get 10 dates for $25 in an hour,
Yeah.
and you can schmooze a little bit afterwards. I was like, all right. You know, a lot of people are showing up. We have over 200 people interested in this next one. Yeah, we had 16 people in the first one. 200 people are interested. I can only fit 34 couples in there, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But
Break out the tables in the parking lot.
by
dude.
the end of tonight, we're actually going to have it planned out for the rest of the year.
That's cool.
With themes, 20s, 30s. We're going to do LGBTQ one. We're going to do neurodivergent dating because got to do
yeah.
it. We're going to do sugar dating just for fun. He's going to be like
that's
sugar daddies.
hilarious.
It
Yeah.
started as a joke,
That's funny.
but we're gonna check the guy's actual income.
Yeah.
So sugar dating for those 20-year-old girls with no skills
What's your credit score?
and don't want to show up and not work. Arm candy, as they call it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So when did you launch this? Is this just getting launched right
Dude,
now?
last month we just did it as a joke, and people showed up and loved it, and we're like, let's do it.
So what do you do? Do you like you just organize it, or is there like an MC type of component
Yeah, it's
to
me.
it? Oh,
Every
cool.
5 minutes, I have a buzzer and I go, rotate. And I said clockwise, and half the people didn't know what clockwise was. And so it got all cluster fudged.
no.
And so we have a lot of projects that we do. We started like making truffles like last week. So
Yeah.
we have like a truffle business. We sell eggs. That's a big thing. I actually have a surprise for you guys.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Eggs.
And, we started dehydrating
Those are in
fruits.
high demand right now.
This is gold. Hey, don't drop those. Okay, but Andrew, I need to test your knowledge. Are we good on time?
Is it a quail?
You're doing good.
So
Gotcha.
I need you guys to guess what each of these eggs are. Can you see me in the camera?
Oh. Well, that's an Easter egg right there with chocolate inside of it.
We'll give you a second guess.
It's quail.
Yes, this is a quail egg.
Really? Nice.
This is a quail egg. Okay,
Did you guess that?
Yeah.
you did great. It was great.
That's a Walmart egg.
Yeah.
This is not. These are all from my backyard.
It's
These are all from my backyard.
It's a wet egg.
I washed them before I came on the show, so it's a wet egg. Yeah.
It's a chicken egg.
Are you gonna guess, Marcus?
I was trying to guess chicken egg too.
Okay, this one.
I'm not an egg guy.
It's a duck.
No way. Is
Dude!
he getting it right?
Dude, how are you doing? I have emu and ostrich eggs, like not from my backyard, but okay.
That one, I'm all out of birds.
You're out. There are no other birds on the planet. Okay,
That's definitely
it's
a
kind of
pigeon.
wet.
Pigeon egg.
No.
The pigeons would
not
be
even
smaller,
close.
I think.
Okay, I'll give you a
Well,
hint.
it's the size
I'll
of a
give you a
pigeon.
hint. The bird is native to North America.
Big bird.
A goose. That's Canada. That's a Canadian goose. That's North
Big
American
bird.
still.
All right.
Wait. Is it native?
I don't want it to be a 2-hour show. Come on.
Native America. Native American.
We eat them in the fall.
Turkey.
Oh,
It's a turkey egg. All right,
Really?
so now we're going to take egg shots. So pick an egg, crack it, and you just drink it.
I'd have never done that, and I don't know if I could trust it.
No, these were all laid today.
Okay.
They're absolutely fresh. I washed them. They're ready to go. So pick one.
Turkey egg.
So
We're going to do this live. So this is some of the
Gotcha.
stuff I teach the kids. I teach the kids urban farming. I teach the kids.
This is so cool.
I'm going to do the
Edgar,
quail
one
egg.
egg.
We're going to, Edgar's like, I quit. This is what I teach the kids. So when I get a lot of kids, they come from survival situations, and for some reason they think chicken nuggets grow on bushes, right? And so we actually process our own meat. We raise our own eggs. I collected like 18 eggs today. It's awesome.
Wow.
And we're going to be mass gardening this spring, even feed for the chickens. We go through what can the birds eat, what they can't eat. It's really important to know these things. And I think even if you never farm chickens, I have a book about it, but even if you never farm chickens or garden or anything like this, it's just good to know when you can have that soil under your nails. And a lot of these kids come in with zero skills as far as work or farming or anything is. I will be opening a nonprofit this year, and it's fostering youth trade education. I call it FIGHT, and teaching foster
that.
kids blue collar jobs. In 10 years, when everyone's TikTok famous and you know, I can't even, whatever, what are they doing? Making websites? What are the kids doing today? So who's going to fix your dishwasher? Who's going to do your HVAC? Who's Brandon Kirk going to hire with Plan and Duct when all the kids know how to do is, robots. So, but these kids, if they learn one skill, they're more likely to be wildly successful in life when they come out of foster care. So that's a big passion of mine. So you guys in the community running blue collar businesses, we're going to connect. I'm going to do an internal training. So you're going to be certified for internally trade as really just a trauma informed business, which I think is great for anybody. And the kids, I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay the business for the kids to work there for 2 months. So they get a free employee for 2 months, teach them the trade.
Are you working with Teresa on that?
Who?
Teresa?
I need all the links. I need all the people, dude.
Definitely work.
I've got some good friends that said it's a good idea. Yemi's one of them. I presented this to a few people on city council. I've got some people that are willing to back it financially already. It's just getting a team, getting it going. I want to launch as soon as possible. Is my networking ask, right? Teach the kids these trades, whether it's helping host an event, whether it's helping learn whatever the heck Edgar's doing over there, not drinking eggs with us. So
call him not Edgar.
What not?
That was a stretch.
So bad. Yeah. Some people are like, why did you become a foster dad? And I'm like, because I had all these dad jokes to just get out. Finally, so bad. Anyway, so Fight is coming this year. I'm super excited. Giving foster youth a fighting chance at life, ending those horrible cycles that they've been in survival mode and adversity by teaching them blue collar jobs, which we need anyways. You talk to any business owner, they're like, we can't, no one will show up. They won't show up. I'm like, I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen. All right. You guys ready?
What do we do with
I
this?
don't know how to do it, actually.
Sip?
So round side down.
Round side down. They're all round.
So you have a point on one end.
Yeah, this point, right?
And then, so
put it down, right?
There you go. No, the other way.
So the right way, right?
Yeah. So crack it.
On the bottom?
Yeah. Crack it on the bottom. And then you can kind of peel like this.
On the top or on the bottom?
On the bottom.
Gotcha.
Just kind of peel. The quail eggs are kind of hard to peel. And then you shoot it.
Shoot it.
You guys ready?
This could be a good clip.
Oh, God.
No, I got to figure it out.
No, you don't think about it. You just do
all of it. If there were close-ups of what's going on right now.
Okay.
You've seen Rocky, right?
Which camera are we going to do this?
Do you suck it out?
Turkey duck quail. You're going to shoot it. Sometimes you can do hot sauce and salt and stuff.
Okay.
Feel
I'm
bad.
not doing this whole thing. There's no way.
I'm doing it all.
It's going to slurp down in one.
Really?
You guys, there's so much. The store, okay, one more thing. The eggs in the grocery store, the eggs in the grocery store are 6 to 8 years old. 6 to 8, no, months.
6
I'm sorry.
to 8, okay,
6 to 8 months old in the grocery store. These were laid this afternoon.
Okay.
The ones in the grocery store, the nutrition is completely depleted. You ever fried an egg and it smells like sulfur? It smells like farts? That's because it's rotten. We're eating rotten eggs from the grocery store. Watch this. There. L'chaim.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right. Let's roll.
Mazel tov.
Squeeze to the bottom.
I still got
there
half
you go.
left.
You got half an egg left?
Me too.
Just don't get it on your mic. How much do you have left?
About half of it too.
It's all over your pants now.
Is Edgar filming?
So, speaking of urban farming, I'm hosting a seed trade event. It'll be happening next month.
I don't like gooey stuff in my mouth. Sorry.
If you're a therapist in Colorado Springs,
what did Mike do to us?
Michael,
bro, you got most of that. You got the yolk. That's
I didn't get.
I tried to.
You gotta get the yolk. Gotta get the yolk though. That's
now I need
all
a napkin.
Come on, Marcus. You quitting on me? All right. Did he just leave? All right. So finish it off with some home dried fruit.
So what do we do with this? We just eat
You just eat it. So it's a little bit like sucking down a loogie, you know?
Yeah, that's why it was like almost gagged.
Here, just get some fruit. Get some fruit.
You should have told us that before. It's a little bit like swallowing a loogie.
I fry 2 eggs and I'm totally full. I can eat like 8 store-bought eggs. There's no nutrition.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
I do like some eggs though. I never had duck egg before.
Really? Have you ever had a raw egg before?
No.
Dude, when I eat these like right out of the chicken almost, you know what I mean? Well, you know, they lay it first.
Sucking on.
And then they lay it right on the side of the tube. You do 2 in the morning. How do you think I look this good?
Eggs.
I've been coughing for a week, so I'm like Nat King Cole voice right now. It's pretty cool. You probably sing some nice tunes.
All right.
I like this. Is this yours too?
Yeah. Mango, strawberry, lemon.
So did you grow all that too, or what do you do?
No. I wish.
Yeah.
So this is just fruit that I bought, and then we cut up, and then we stuck in the dehydrator.
I love it.
And late night, you got your Ruffles, you got your Doritos, or you got some fruit that you just dehydrated the day before, and so fresh. So you guys can keep that.
Oh, yeah.
We do this every day. We get big old jars worth.
That's
You're always
awesome,
giving
man.
gifts. Last time you were on the show, you gave a bunch of gifts.
Speaking of that, I would like to give away one of my books for free.
Oh, okay.
How do you guys want to pick a?
I think what we'll do is we'll clip this, and
Okay.
the people who comment on that clip,
Yeah. See that.
I think that'll be a good way to do it.
And I've got a lot of different books I can.
Or even the promo pick.
We've been getting a lot of engagement lately, so there you go.
Oh, you're engaged?
Not yet.
Whoa!
That's been a topic that's come up a couple times recently.
Dating coaching is part of unconditional life coaching too. But I'd like to, I've got a lot of books on a lot of different things. There's fantasy. There's a kid's cookbook, another fantasy.
wanna
There's
hold 'em
a
up for the camera?
historical book. I'm covered in egg.
Yeah, me too.
There's one
Well,
about
I've rinsed my hands, so I can hold it.
ADHD and neurodiversity called Not Broken, and that's some of my personal story too.
Yeah, there was no napkins over there. I would have brought you guys
Say
some.
What is over 800 U.S. Idioms, including Gen Z. Here, go ahead and read a couple.
Ooh, idioms.
And how to use them in a sentence. I've married foreigners traditionally, and the idioms are hilarious when they're like, oh,
So you have a
why is it raining a cow? And I'm like, sorry, what? Raining a cow? I know what you're trying to say, right? So I wrote a book about it.
Love
Let me
it.
find one right here.
I have a-
Rule the roost, which goes perfect with
Rule the roost
Yes.
in the microphone, Andrew.
Rule the roost.
I
Meaning,
used to do radio.
I noticed. Meaning to be in charge or dominate a situation. Rule the roost. Origin refers to a rooster's dominance in a chicken coop, which is so perfect for the first one that I
It
found.
really is.
She rules the roost at home and makes all the important decisions.
Mm.
Now in the back is the Gen Z terms,
And you got Waffle House too.
and it's a picture of me in a penguin tux
Nice.
after lodge going to Waffle House.
hmm
That's awesome. Very good.
I have Waffle House slides. Like I'm a big fan. I call it breakfast hibachi. You know,
You really?
whatever the wife's like, take me somewhere where they cook in front of you. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Wow, watch this. So the one place you can see the guy's sweat actually fall into your
your
scrambled
food.
eggs. Yeah.
Authentic.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, we're never gonna get Waffle House as a sponsor now.
Well, we're going there right after
Yeah, I
this.
was going to say,
podcast.
yeah. It's always open. Always.
Always. Waffle House. I don't always eat bad waffles, but when I do, it's 3 a.m. and I'm way too old for this crap.
Yeah. Amen.
What about IHOP?
Do I look rich to you? I work with kids.
No, the
Like,
International
what do you-
House of Prayer.
I used to work for them, actually. I used to work for them.
He wasn't finished with that. So
Put the
unconditional,
coffee
by the
in
way.
your coffee.
Unconditional, bringing back
Well, I mean,
unconditional and everything.
Ooh.
Talk a little bit about that because
Bro.
that was something. When was your last
This is going to
event?
get deep. This is going to get deep. You guys ready?
Yeah.
So, right before the divorce, right? People don't talk about this in Colorado Springs. We're going to talk about divorce right now. It's not always pretty. It's not always horrible either. I was head rabbi of my synagogue. I was working for a yeshiva, a Jewish university. I was going for my doctorate. So I was dean of faculty. I was speaking 60 times a year all over the country, getting paid really good money. Doing kitchen design. I did it with Home Depot, go through a lot of companies, and I just signed up last week to work for Elite Granite. So Elite Granite countertops, affordable, 2-week turnaround. and
Hold on, cut that out. They didn't pay for that. No, I'm just kidding.
what is this?
Okay,
This is a duck egg.
You're right. That
How
was
many duck eggs per advertisement? What's the ratio? Can we go back to a trade society already?
Yeah,
I'm just
there you go.
waiting for society to crumble so my beans, bullets, and eggs will be worth something. Right? So, anyways, I digress. What was the question? No. So when you're doing this, right, I'm not a purpose-driven person. I don't like the book Purpose-Driven Life. But people talk about what purpose in this community way too much.
For
I'm
sure.
all about identity. my conference, my podcast, my new books that are coming out. It's all about walking in your identity. When you know who the hell you are
For sure.
and you walk in your identity, purpose just happens. You're a human being first, not a human doing. And when you meet someone, what do you say? Nice to meet you. What do you do?
I'm a video production. I run a video.
Yeah,
production
it was just a thing. Okay,
I
so
know, but that's what I would say. Though.
yeah, vehement, right?
Yeah.
Vehement Productions.
Oh yeah.
Didn't you make a video game or something?
I was working on so I'm working on yeah. So that's a whole nother story. But
How's your dog doing?
She died
Oh,
2 months ago.
congratulations.
What's the next question, David?
I'm so sorry. Social skills. So this book about autism is really important for me. I wrote it for me, to be honest.
No, just but
Are you okay? Do you need a therapist to talk about?
we're just gonna have to get better help.
My first session with my therapist, she's like, tell me a little about yourself. And I was like, I get off track when asked a question and I hate dogs. And she's like, what?
You hate dogs?
I hate dogs so much. And she's like, you want to like hurt them? I was like, no, I've never hurt a dog. I feel bad when they're like, I've had dogs before and stuff. I just hate them. And she's
you like
like,
cats better?
Everyone asks that.
Yeah.
Everyone asks that. If you're like, if I was like, are you single? And you're like, you hate humans? Like, no, it's like, I don't have to like cats because I don't like dogs.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying
Love
you have
cats
to, but it's
so
just,
much.
I was actually hoping that you
were.
weren't actually, because I was like, you can't hate dogs and like cats. Some people do though.
So enough about you. So I was there at the peak, right? I had the conference with some big speakers, a dozen local speakers, and guys, you were there, weren't you? The unconditional conference?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
You paid me to be there.
That's how I make friends. I pay them to be there. And then I trick them by making them suck a raw duck egg.
No, I was doing the video stuff there. So yeah.
Thank you for that, by the way.
No, thank you for having me.
I'm now offering to people who want to watch it. So the 4-hour deal, you can watch any parts of it, is the video for free. So any of your viewers, but not Edgar's viewers.
Good.
You did not drink an egg. Is
He's not part of the team.
and so I want to offer that it's a YouTube link, and I could send it complete for free. And you filmed it, so it was good. And unconditional. It's about unconditional identity, right? So I was doing this. I was doing the synagogue. I'm working with the kids. I was doing all these things. I just published my first book, The Unwind, and things were going good. And then boom, everything changed. And I don't know if you know, but in the religious world, when you start to go through a divorce, you're voluntold, you know that term? You're voluntold to step down. We need you to tell the congregation that you're voluntarily stepping down so you can go through that divorce process.
Interesting.
And I'm like, yeah. And then one organization, the organization of rabbis I was with, they're like, well, you're going through a lot, so we're just going to take you off our roster. Another organization, well, we're not going to have you speak publicly with us. And I was traveling the country speaking with them. And then the university was like, well, you're going through that stuff, so we're going to come pick up the books and pick up the documents and everything. And like I was going for my doctorates. I still didn't get it. And slowly everything starts to fade away. All of your purpose, all of your doing starts to go away. And then it's just me and God. I was living in my office for 6 months drinking, and that's called honesty. I want to be as transparent as Kanye's wife at the Grammys, right? And I was like, you got to be real. You got to be real with people.
For sure.
And that's how I work with kids is I'm real with them. And that's how I could sleep at night. I got to be real with myself. So I'm there drunk for 6 months, hating myself. I had bronchitis for 12 days. I still don't think I've recovered. This was years ago. And I grabbed a book off my shelf. I thought I was going to die. I grabbed a book off my shelf, and it was The Unwind, 30-day devotional. I wrote it for stressed out entrepreneurs, and I read it from a broken perspective. I took my own medicine for the first time in my life, and I rebuilt from nothing. And I realized identity is what I've been coaching, what I've been teaching, and what I've been speaking on in the synagogue and on stage all over the nation, and by Zoom all over the world. But I had not been taking it myself because I was so caught up in who am I to you? Who am I to you? Who am I to Edgar?
Well,
who am I to everyone else? Who am I to the kids? Who am I to the disciples of the synagogue? And when those identities go away, you realize there's nothing left. So the question is, who am I to me? And that was a brutal honesty moment. That is, beautifully rebuilt everything that I am and everything that I do. And it shows up in productivity. It shows up in, I've now housed 32 kids. It shows up in in my relationships now. It shows up in everything that I do in the most beautiful way, but I had to break down and have nothing at a really horrible moment in my life. And I don't resent my ex-wife. She's an amazing person. She's got the cleaning company. She's doing great. She's in the community.
Mhm.
She's doing great. And I still love that she was the first video interview that you did.
Third episode, actually.
The third episode back in the office. Was it the first video one?
Yeah, it was the first video one.
First two were audio, right?
Yeah, first two were audio. It was just my phone and everything. Yeah.
And, I moved to Colorado. My family moved here in 1647. It was Jews.
Colorado?
Yeah, Colorado. I have the family records in 1647. It was Jews and the Navajo in this area.
Mhm.
And we got along, and somehow I'm part Navajo.
Mm.
How did that work? Anyways, it was Spanish Jews and Navajo. That was Colorado in 16. We had a synagogue in Trinidad, Colorado, and the service was in Hebrew, Spanish, which was Ladino mixed,
Mhm.
and Navajo, because there was a bunch of Navajo Jews in the 1600s.
Interesting.
Like, people don't know Colorado history. My family's been here forever.
I love
I was
history
born
like
in
that,
Oregon, and I got here 9 years ago as quick as I could. As I like to say,
Mhm.
I can't have a native bumper sticker, but my family's been here 400 years. But I can't have
That's
a native
kind of a
bumper
bummer,
sticker,
right?
right? I'm like, whatever.
You can stop in Oregon.
Close
and have
enough.
you.
Close enough. I'll just be a blessing to the community. Fine. That's my revenge. Is I'll lift this community up in every way I can. So that's the identity. That's the whole thing. Is build up from identity, and that's what unconditional coaching is becoming. I have one on divine masculinity. A lot of dudes really don't know how to be dudes, and we were just raised by guys that did the best they could, and we think that acting like Andrew Tate or something or Trump is gonna be manly, and no, not always, right? It doesn't always work. There's some guys are like, well, I'm gonna be as passive and feminine as possible, then she'll love me. No, then she'll leave you, right? So coaching men to be men, that's part of the dating thing. That's part of the masculinity. And somebody asked me not too long ago, they're like, well, why don't you have a purpose in working with women and empowering women? And I'm like, because that's not my calling. That's your calling.
Mhm.
That's not my calling. So what I do with that, what I do with the therapeutic and the social work stuff, what I do with the coaching and the authoring, it's true to myself and my identity. And that's what I want people to do. I want people to just be themselves, damn it. Like, stop. We're just trying to be everyone else. Everyone's trying to be the next,
Slim Shady.
Jackie Chan was asked.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan was asked,
Okay.
are you trying to be he was younger. Are you trying to be the next Bruce Lee? He goes, no, I'm trying to be the next Jackie Chan.
You didn't do the accent. Just fuck with you.
You got to edit that out.
I didn't realize I said it.
He said, I'm just trying to be the next Jackie Chan. That's it. I'm just trying to be the next Michael Schoening.
Mhm.
That's it. I've always wanted to be like Tony Robbins on stage. And I'm not nearly as tall, but I've always wanted to be, this in the business community and this whatever in politics and everything. And it's like, be the next Michael. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe that's what Colorado Springs needs, is Michael Schoening to be Michael Schoening, not Michael Schoening to try to be everything else and everything and everybody else that he's not. And that's it. That's why I teach the kids. It's really simple. We're drinking eggs. We're dehydrating fruit. We're writing books. We're helping people with their legal insurance, right? We're just doing things, but it's all part of the identity. I love people. I love creating my own food. And so therefore my purpose right now, I'm in a coaching program to be a professional like gardener and help coach people on urban farming. We're going to do a seed swap party. I'm going to bring fertile eggs to the seed swap party. We're going to do a Treehouse Cafe next month.
Nice.
And it's like, I love it. I love it. That's what community comes together, right? And when you can grow your own vegetable and eat it, it's just cool. Like, grow your own zucchini or carrot and then go grab one at Walmart. Sorry, Walmart, if you're a sponsor. And eat the Walmart carrot. You're like, why would I ever buy this ever again?
Yeah.
Right? And it doesn't take much.
I got an analogy that kind of goes with that. Last year I decided to get into engineering and stuff. So as a way to do that, I wanted to give myself my own projects, and in one of those projects was repairing my own car. Repairing everything that I needed to on my own car, like little small things. And before I started repairing my own car, it was messy all the time.
Yeah.
I started repairing my own car, and now I have to keep it clean. Like, I care about it more. It's interesting. So,
Dude,
it's like,
I just hired a physical trainer or whatever, a fitness trainer, and I was at Vasa 90 minutes this morning. Like, I'm like, why would I go work out 90 minutes and pay someone $500 a month to show me how to do stuff and then go hit McDonald's on the way home? I'm still going to Waffle House.
Yeah.
But why would I trash my body and not take care of my body, but then pay someone to encourage me and motivate me at the gym? Doesn't make any sense, right? So I love that analogy, because your car, that says a lot about you as a person. I want to go clean my car right now.
Yeah.
Right? Change my windshield or something.
Yeah.
For sure. How do you and that's so hard for people to do, like rock bottom. And you're talking about like being real with yourself when you're in rock bottom. I think a lot of people have a hard time doing that, right? Because like, if anything, the one thing that's holding them on by a thread is like they haven't really looked reality in the mirror. But you kind of have to bounce back up, right? So talk about that situation.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if you don't do, this is what I believe. If you don't humble yourself, life will do it for you. There will come to a point where your ego and your pride, it'll die, whether you like it or not, right? I mean, you could put on an event. I helped with a emergency preparedness event in Portland when I lived in Oregon. We had 240,000 people show up.
Man.
I've done some cool stuff, right? I've done a lot of speaking. I got paid a lot of money to do life coaching. I've helped raise 32 kids. I've done some really cool stuff. But there have been, I'm burping the eggs and coffee.
Yeah.
It's like we're having breakfast right now. But I've had times in my life where I didn't like who I was at all, right? Where I did everything I could for other people, right? I visited countless people in the hospitals. I've done a bunch of military funerals, done a bunch of bar mitzvahs, visit people in the night to bring them groceries because they didn't have anything, just dropping stuff out people's doorways. I do stuff all the time, just give money to people, just do stuff all the time. Nobody knows that kind of side of me, what I do just for people, because I don't advertise that stuff, because you shouldn't. I shouldn't even have said what I said.
I was say, except for right now.
Yeah, except for right now. I know. Oh, we're drinking.
Yeah.
This is coffee that VetNet left from this morning. It's not great. And that creamer's pretty fermented.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you.
So you're getting drunk then.
I don't know. It's the eggs.
Yeah.
But like that's who I am, and when you suppress who you are, here's the crazy thing. You ready for this? When you suppress who you are, you lie to yourself. When you lie to yourself, your vibrations go down. When your vibrations go down, your immune system, your digestive system, even your reproductive system takes a back burner. When we are not ourselves, not walking in our identity, we become physically ill. Physically ill. Autoimmune disease is the body attacking itself. I believe we have a society of people getting sick and dying from cancers and diabetes and autoimmune diseases because we don't know who we are. And if we find out who we really are, we would go, well, I don't think I like that person. I got to change. Well, I could change or just keep wearing this mask, right? Eventually, life will break that mask right off your face and cut your skin too, doing it. And that's what happened to me. And I'm so thankful that God did that to me.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You've gone through so much of a transformation, even since I've known you for the past several years and stuff.
Yeah.
If you were to put that in like a synopsis or like a summary, you trying to make me do another shot of the egg or what? You want me to cough up eggs like you? Burp up eggs?
Right here. And I had to quit.
If you were to summarize
Don't get distracted.
everything in the past couple of years for yourself, and then like what you're doing moving forward, briefly for our audience, how would you summarize everything? Because there's been a whole lot that you went through.
I was conditional in my identity. My identity was based on who people wanted me to be. And that comes from childhood rejection issues. My identity was based on how I could serve people and the best way who they needed me to be. But it was all conditional. And now my identity of who Michael Schoening is unconditional. I'm actually have stepped into my own brand, my own teachings and my own medicine that I have been dishing out. I started public speaking at 14 years old. Like I have been dishing out this medicine to the world for 2 decades. How old am I? Over 2 decades. But I had never swallowed my own pill. I went from being who I was for everyone else to being who I am for me first. And it sounds selfish. And it's totally okay to sound selfish sometimes. To summarize, we've never had a society in all humanity where we're more self-love, self-help, self-medicated and medicated for depression and anxiety.
For sure.
And we have never been this unhappy in human history that I could find. We are the unhappiest people in human history. But everything's self-love. Everything is self-help. Everything. I write self-help books.
Do you think the slaves were happy?
And what happened? If you're a therapist, Colorado Springs.
I was just saying. You said,
Which ones? My people?
Any
We've been
of them,
enslaved by like everyone, and we're still here.
I was thinking Romans. Making
iPhones.
Yeah. any
What?
slaves? You're saying we're the most sad in human history.
Still hate dogs.
Yeah.
And so we're because it's identity.
Mm-hmm.
Your dog was cool though. What was it? A dog?
Yeah.
Marsha.
It was what?
Marsha.
Marsha?
That was her name.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring it up.
You
Since
can bring it
it's
up.
Marsha. And so, like Brady Bunch?
Mhm.
Oh, that's cute. That is cute. I would like a dog to protect my chickens at night.
Don't deflect the slave question and talk about my dog.
I could enslave a dog. You can't enslave dogs.
I kind of
Can
agree.
you?
I kind of agree with what you're saying though, because it's almost like we're seemingly supposed to be the happiest because seemingly the freest we've ever been,
We got internet.
but everybody's unhappy.
We got pills for everything,
yeah.
right? More and more people are allergic to more foods.
Mhm.
More and more digestive issues. This is going to be weird, but fertility in men, we are 1/4 fertile as our grandparents.
That's insane.
We are going into an infertility phase as a species. And that's because of heightened cortisol and heightened adrenals. I'm a nerd. I like to study this stuff.
Yeah, me too.
We are so stressed that we are killing our species. And the medicine is getting dirt under your nails, planting your own food. You electrically ground yourself when you're digging in the dirt.
Oh yeah.
We need that. We're holding electrically devices radiating all day long. We need to get in the soil. We need to become human again. And that's what I love. That's one thing that I learned from the foster kids is they're in survival mode. The number one thing that you want to give to the kids is a feeling of safety. As a man, if somebody comes up to me and says, Michael, I feel safe around you. That's the biggest compliment I can ever get in my life. When kids come into my house, I go, number one rule, safety. If you're unsafe, you got to go. But if you're safe, stay here. It's the first thing I tell every kid. And they're like, whoa, that was intense. And then I also have a zombie apocalypse, bug out plan, which I go over, which is hilarious. Very fun. I have a book about that on Amazon called Zombipedia.
Right.
It's not here.
I saw it. Oh, you showed me in the picture.
Zombipedia.
I was on the phone.
That's it, man. That's all I got.
That's awesome, brother. Well, I'm so excited
Yeah.
for this next phase of your life. It's been cool to see your growth and everything too. And
Big fan of tiny houses, by the way.
hey, man,
I'm a really big fan.
You
In
should've
Oregon,
10 years of
we
doing
did-
a festival, man. What the heck?
Yeah.
10 years. Well, he did 3 of them with me. He was helping out him and Edgar all those years too.
Hey, who's Edgar?
That guy over there.
He's an
didn't-
Eagles
he
fan. It's
he
Super
didn't
Bowl
drink an
weekend,
egg.
so he probably writes.
He's like over there watching a game. No, I love tiny homes. It's somewhere in Calhan. They have a tiny house village. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, Ben's
But-
RV.
Is that what it is? It's for foster kids when they age out of the system. They can go live in this tiny house village and learn how to farm and how to build.
Have you seen the one downtown?
Yeah, there's one downtown.
What?
Frank just posted about it.
Yeah,
today, I
it's
think,
We
actually.
Fortify. Her name's Shelly.
I did photos.
Her name's
from-
Shelly. But
Network with me. Give people my phone number.
anything tiny houses, I'm your guy because they've been involved
Oh,
in me
in
in all
Oregon,
my stuff.
it's huge all over Portland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the first festival ever was in Oregon. It was the Tiny House Conference, and then mine was the
Wait,
first
10
big
years
one.
ago?
It was like 11, 12 years ago now, but yeah.
In Portland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Macy
I was
Miller
there.
helped put it on. So
I was there.
So
The
they
first
all
one?
came to
I
our
went to one
festival.
in Portland.
Dude, it was huge. Like the one that we did here in the Springs was huge. So Colorado Springs was dubbed once upon a time the mecca of the tiny house movement by the New Yorker. Look it up.
Because of this
upon a
guy,
time.
probably.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that more programs like this are really, really, really needed. Habitat for Humanity, more programs like that. I want to get these foster kids some skills, some blue collar, rough and tough, hands in the dirt skills.
Mhm.
We're going to change. We're giving kids identity, which will
It's awesome.
in turn give them purpose. It boosts the community. Guys, there are about 355,000 foster kids in America right now. In 2020, they closed almost every group home in America, and a lot of foster homes just quit in 2020. They were so afraid of kids going to school and bring home COVID that they just got rid of them. Their kids probably sleeping right now in DHS hallways in El Paso County. We have kids that need homes, and we have people that say there's a bad stigma with foster parents. I won't take those kids in my house. These kids have nowhere to go. These are the orphans of our age, and these are humans. These are humans. And people will donate $100. People can sign up for respite. Just take kids 1 weekend a month. They can sign up just to babysit so I can go do the speed dating thing. They can sign up for CASA. CASA's big here. It's beautiful. You know, be an advocate for those kids in court. When they're in court, you know how scared a kid is in court? They're 9 years old, and the next 6 months of their life is decided on whatever the magistrate decides that day.
Yeah.
Hopefully hopefully it's after lunch and the magistrate's a little bit nicer today. These kids are going through hell, moving 21 times in 6 months. It's like they need someone who is just there. There's a lot of big brother programs here, like Palame Family Services. All these people, there's New Horizons. I talk to them all the time. They're understaffed. They need people to just show up and take a kid out once a week, take him to Waffle House, and just hear him, just be an ear for the kid. And these programs are huge. They're all understaffed. They can't get enough people to mentor the kids. If you don't want to have some random kid in your home like I do, apparently, then take him out to lunch once a month, once a week. You will impact this community forever. My family's been here since 1647. I don't even know the impact my family, the Valdez, have here. In Colorado Springs, my great aunt had the first non-smoking hair salon in America here in Colorado Springs. That was like a really big thing in like the 50s or 60s, whatever it was.
That's awesome.
And she would teach women how to cut hair straight out of the women's prison. And by teaching them,
very cool.
By teaching them how to cut hair and do nails, it kept them out of prison. This is what my family's done. I want to carry that legacy here.
Dang, dude, that's driven by legacy. That's awesome.
I'm passionate about this.
Yeah, I love it, brother.
Stuff.
Well, you've kind of already put it over there, but that's your camera right there. Where can we find you?
I'm right here. I'm everywhere. I'm on Facebook. Just find me, Michael Schoening. Just find me. Everything that I do, people can jump in. They can join in. I got some crazy ideas. I'm looking at 10 acres in Ellicott right now. I'm going to start a town out there. We're going to live. We're going to start a town. We're going to live off the town. Well, yeah, I know. But 500 homes were just built out there, Mayberry. Yeah. And I want to teach kids how to do aquaponics.
Very cool.
I want to offer fresh veggies and fish every day of the year.
So
minus 10 outside.
You're actually getting a location out there?
Looking at it right now.
You already got it? Okay.
All I need is $1 million.
Well,
I'm not afraid of money.
One easy loan.
I'm not afraid of money. It's adults with disabilities and foster kids. They're going to learn how to do aquaponics and farm fish.
That's actually not that bad.
The reason why I was asking too is because Yoder out there is Mattersville is a nonprofit that we're friends with, and
connect me, bro.
They got wolf dogs and they raise wolf dogs. They have a whole sanctuary.
They're completely off grid.
Oh yeah, you don't like dogs. You don't like dogs.
You don't like wolves either, though.
A wolf is
a
wolf is
dog.
what dogs were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then we
So
ruined
like
them. We ruined them. This fierce, majestic beast. And then we're like, you depend on me and wear a tiny sweater. Like, we messed up dogs. That's why I don't like dogs. I don't like what we did to dogs.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you like these dogs.
That's a whole different show.
What's cool about that is I think it would be great for some of the kids too. You know, they would probably, some of them would like.
In fact, my business partner, when he was fostering his now his son, he took him to Mattersville, and it was awesome, man. Like, he got to hang out with a big old wolf. That's what
is this called. A real place?
Yeah.
Like by Dr. Seuss or like who?
By Drew.
The town of Drew?
Drew Robertson.
I was like,
by Drew.
We're so lost.
Body by Jake, but wolf dogs by Drew.
This has been the most ADHD episode.
Yeah. No, every episode me and you do is. I think our last episode was even more ADHD because we didn't have Marcus here.
Yeah.
I almost brought you guys a goldfish. I actually had a tilapia.
A goldfish?
I had a fried tilapia.
You wanted us to eat those alive?
You guys can keep that egg. It's a good egg right there.
I'll cook it. I will
keep the fried fruit. Pick someone to give a free ebook to. They can look up Michael Schoening or Rabbi Michael Schoening.
Let's go with the one we had in the clip.
Amazon.
The one we were talking about was this one, right?
That's Not Broken. That's about neurodivergent.
Spill the tea.
I'm talking about the 800 U.S. idioms.
Yeah, we'll get that, and I'll bring one to you. So,
man, I really bet the farm on this episode.
Are they all farm stuff?
I mean, you just really got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you know. But I just don't want to be broke AF, high key,
low key.
Yeah, we got to grind, and them savage squad goals. I don't know half of these.
I knew all of those. I should be teaching.
Really?
Yeah, we hang out with Edgar.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
He's a
Well, okay,
Gen
so
Zer.
this has been the COS Business Podcast, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thanks, guys.